What a catastrophe. This is the last frame of footage that has my mic audio. I'd gotten done recording this video, watched the first 30 minutes, and heard no issues, so I started making a thumbnail. I finished making a thumbnail, writing a title, writing a description, then got to the end card, the final and easiest step. Then I noticed when the clip for the end card played, the game audio was there, but I was not. Losing 4 hours of work is probably not the end of the world, but I definitely was, and probably still am, tweaking. I set a goal for myself to upload a bespoke YouTube roguelike run every day, and I'm not stopping now. Originally, I just uploaded this video with the missing audio to YouTube under private. I thought seeing the video say March 31st in my content library would satisfy my goal, but it's not good enough. So, my best attempt at salvaging this video in time to post on March 31st is to redub the last 50 minutes of the video, just yapping about whatever comes to mind. I'm going to jump ahead 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 25 seconds and explain what happened there. There's a timestamp in the description if you want to skip the spire and jump right there, or just wait for the next video tomorrow. I do my best to make each new video better than the last. So, see you in 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 25 seconds. Last video I started off saying I'm pretty sure Defect is my worst character, and now we know for a fact that Defect is by far my worst character. So, Neo, do you have any better stuff for me? Neo's Fury, a transform, or a large capsule. So, I watched a Japanese export video on how to get better at Defect, and apparently I was greatly undervaluing transforms. Are you create? Alright, I guess we are now a status deck, or going to remove that later. Let's go ahead and see which path we're taking here. So, 2, 2, can get 3 if we go down one of these paths. This gives us 2. So, we could do Elite, Campfire, Elite. Or we could hit up a shop after 3 hallway fights to do Campfire, Normal, Elite, Campfire. Or we could go this path, but we'll lose out on a Campfire. If we take this path right here, we end up fighting 2 elites, and then we can branch off whether or not we feel confident in fighting another one. I know I'm seeing some controversy lately over whether or not skipping elites is a good decision, basically. And here's my philosophy on it so far. The elites, at least in Act 1, feel sometimes like they're much more trouble than they're worth. Maybe we can go ahead and kill this guy, which I think is probably our best move. Now we're taking 4 damage. But the elites in Act 1 feel insanely difficult sometimes. And so I'm not sure how I feel about prioritizing them. At least in Slay the Spire 1, it's kind of a death sentence to not go for at least some elites. And in this game, I don't know, I'm still got mixed feelings on it, because the elites feel a lot stronger, and the relics seem like they may or may not be as impactful. Focus strike, go for the eye scrape. I think the choice here is somewhat obvious. Go for the Eyes is a really good card. We don't have anything to synergize with Focus Strike yet, and Scrape isn't doing anything for us right now. Shrinker Beetle, go ahead and throw me up a Zap, so we have some consistent damage over time. Thankfully, we only drew one Defend, which means... I was gonna say we should be certain to draw at least one. Then we can go ahead and throw out the Dual Cast. Easy peasy. I saw that Capacitor is apparently one of the most broken cards on Defect. And we may as well take it. We could get a good power synergy going. So, give me another hallway. I think fighting this guy might take multiple deck cycles, so we'll go ahead and play this power just to, like, get it out of our deck, basically. And I think we might want to hold on to our orb instead of dual casting right at the beginning, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and throw out a strike. Now we can play our Capacitor, play a Zap, and a strike. Although I'm not sure the Capacitor is going to be doing much right now. Our only orb gen is currently Zap. So we want to take 1 damage just to put out another Zap? I think the answer is... probably not. I think we can get away with getting out of this combat without taking damage. So this is... yeah, we got it. We could take another go for the Eyes. I'm not sure if we really need to. Not particularly excited about Uproar, and Thunder I don't think is really working with what we've got going on right now. So we'll take a generically good card. Bit scared of adding duplicates after that last run. I don't want to fall into the trap again of just taking duplicates of a good card. And we have 130 gold. Do we hit up the shop? If nothing else, we can get a card removal out of it. There's a cold snap right there. I don't really want to spend money on a potion. Thrumming Hatchet might be interesting. Oh, there's a Glacier too. And we can afford both of them. So we gotta take the Glacier, then we can't afford a card removal. So we'll go ahead and take the Cold Snap. Now we've got some pretty decent cards in our deck. As for upgrade, Glacier just gives 3 more block. I think Go for the Eyes are probably our best upgrades right now. There's definitely an argument for upgrading the Capacitor. Now that we have some Orb Gen with Cold Snap and Glacier, we could have up more Frost, give us some more standardized block per turn. I think with 2 Go for the Eyes, we may not need to upgrade it right now. In Capacitor, I think we'll get a lot of value out of an early Capacitor upgrade. Cube, huh? Let's go ahead and start off with getting this out of our deck. Get a Zap up, get a Frost up. And then we could do something like Capacitor Glacier. I think that might be our best play right now. We do need to kind of play a bit faster against this guy, because he's just going to keep buffing himself up. We have 6 block per turn. Go ahead and clear his artifact there. With 6 block, we can throw up 1 defend and 2 strikes. 22 damage! Well, I guess this is why I normally try and kill this guy before I can do something like this. So we have 6. I think we're going to have to We'll have 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. I was seeing if we need to pop the ampule, but we can hold it for a rainy day. I already play a power, channel 1 lightning. We have 2 powers, but I don't think so. Especially if the upgrade's not going to make it free. I definitely don't want another smokestack. We don't even have any status generation. And the lightning rod, I took the bait last time. I'm not taking the bait again. Let's go ahead and show me. Okay, this elite is not really who I want to be fighting right now. We have kind of a slow deck. So I'm just going to preemptively pop the fish oil and a skill potion. Modded could be pretty good, but we already have the capacitor. We'd just be drawing 1. Fusion, normally not great, but I'll take 1 for free. And throw up a capacitor. Give me a frost. And I think we don't want to put the plasma up front and accidentally burn it later, so we'll go ahead and just throw out a strike. Sure hope our journey doesn't end here. So we can go ahead and throw out defend, defend, and strike. Get a little bit more value out of our strike. Now here's where I start to be scared. We could... Let's apply some... Should have waited to play the attacks. We can go ahead and put the zap closer to the front, the glacier closer to the back, and then put out strike. If we have an opportunity to take less damage using the ampule, we definitely take it. Also, I was really hoping to not see fusion again. See, give him another week. And we have 6 block, 12, 18. So we can do a perfect block. I don't think we really care about the fusion. Okay. Let's make sure to play our attacks last this time. So, what do we want to do without just immediately playing Go for the Eyes because it's glowing yellow? 6 block. We could evoke our lightning. And if we're going to do that, I think I'd rather dual cast it. And then play our cold snap, so we're not burning our plasma with a dual cast. And then defend, go for the eyes, strike. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but hopefully we've got him next turn. I don't think... Well, we can use the ampule. How much block can we get up to? 7. This'll be a vote, which gives 5 blocks, so 7, 12, and then 22? Okay, so I think we can hold on to the ampule. Be a bit greedy. Or we can just kill him this turn. Reboot is 0 energy, draw 4. Hailstorm, though, gives us some AoE. And we've got the Glacier and Cold Snap to generate Frost pretty consistently. I do see that we could take the Overclock and build around the Smokestack. I don't see it. Reboot's a really nice card, but Hailstorm, I think, gets us in the direction we want to be moving in. The question is, do we want to upgrade it right away? I mean, the alternative is upgrading, like, Go for the Eyes. 2 extra damage AoE per turn. Well, since we're gonna want to play this pretty much every time we see it, and we're almost always going to have frost, I think we go ahead and take it. Letter opener is pretty nice to see. Especially, yeah, we got the bronze scale, the letter opener. Okay, it's all starting to come together now. And we have an AoE fight. We didn't draw our... what's it called? Hailstorm in our opening hand, but that's probably fine. We can also go ahead and get Smokestack out of our opening hand. And I guess we're taking 13 damage unless we want to go gambling on a 1/3 chance. I think it's kind of worth it to go gambling, unfortunately. I don't like it, but... rewarded! Is this how people get addicted to gambling? Okay, we've got the frost. So... throw up... maybe... a dual cast. Okay, cool. Then we can put up the Hailstorm Cold Snap. Maybe 8 damage AoE is much more than I thought it was in my head, especially here in Act 1. On the other hand, Sweeping Beam... I don't want to take it, and I don't think we need it since we already have the upgraded Hailstorm. We definitely don't need a Beam Sail. I don't know why I turned southern there. Beam Cell. And I don't... I still don't want the Overclock. So the question is, do we want a Sweeping Beam? Do we need the card draw? I'd rather keep the deck small right now. Focus on adding just good cards. And do we want to rest before an elite? It'd be nice to upgrade the Go for the Eyes. Hopefully we rest here, and then we don't take any more damage, and we're able to upgrade before Ceremonial Beast. Bird shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. We can go ahead and pop... probably want to pop the Cold Snap, pop a Defend, and I think unfortunately this fight's going to take multiple deck cycles, so we want to get Smokestack out of our... basically just play it to exhaust it like it's a slime. We can put 2 weak on him, which is pretty nice. So he's going to be putting out 9. We can get to 7 block and just play our strikes. So, let's see. Hailstorm's good. I guess we could do like a Hailstorm Glacier. That'll give us 12 block. We could also do Capacitor Glacier. Unfortunately, I want to play both of these. I think we need the damage more than the orb slots. As well as the block. Hopefully we can get a kill on him soon. How about... he's got 18 damage coming our way. Let's do a Capacitor into... 2 defense. Had to be done. And we get the kill this turn. Okay. I feel like we're definitely in a better spot than last match. They really want me to take the status deck. I'm just not feeling it. A leap. Leap is interesting. But we have a condensed deck with a frost synergy. And so I don't know if we actually want to add that block. On the other hand, our only block is Glacier, which costs 2 energy. So I'm not excited about it, but we'll go ahead and add a leap. And if we're going to rest, which I think we don't have to right now. We can probably fight Ceremonial Beast with 50 HP. So I think we're gonna dodge an elite. We already fought 2 this floor. That should appease the elite enjoyers. Go ahead. Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes. Defend. Try. Well, I guess you just play all your cards. One of those turns. I don't have Frost up, but I'm gonna take 3 damage. Be nice to get like a enchantment on Glacier that makes it play immediately at the start of the round. I don't think we really need Capacitor right now. So maybe he's putting out 6 damage. Some like... So he's gonna make our attacks cost 1 more next turn. And we're very likely to draw a Glacier. So if we want to plan around drawing Glacier, we should probably play the Capacitor. Cold Snap Defend makes it so we don't take damage, so let's go ahead and start with that. And then we've got some options here. We can either dual cast, do 16, we can strike, or we can Capacitor. I don't think we're going to strike. And if we're planning around drawing Glacier next turn, since we're not really going to be able to play attacks, I think we might want to dual cast. I've also got the Thorns. We did not draw the Glacier, but we did get the Leap. So I'm feeling a bit better about adding that to our deck. We also have the Letter Opener, and he died. From the Hailstorm. Okay, okay. It's all coming together. Recovering Claw Addict gets offered Claw. And we have 2 go for the eyes. I can't, man. I can't. Compile Driver. Generally be drawing 2 cards off this. We have the Cold Snap. So it's kind of like a strike that draws us 2 cards. And I think we're gonna go with no on that. What's in our question mark? An enemy. Okay, okay. Put some Weaken out. Taking 6. And we have no block. So let's go ahead and put a Zap in front. Then a Cold Snap. And a Strike. Now, this would be a good turn to draw some offense. I see the Capacitor, but I don't know how much longer this fight's going to go on for. So maybe we hit him with a dual cast, go for the eyes, strike. We don't need the leap, so may as well just play the Capacitor. If we have to do another deck cycle, we at least don't have to draw another power. 12 damage coming in. This gives us 10 block. And this takes us up to 15. He's gonna take 3 damage from the Thorns. Or 6 damage from the Thorns. And we play Hailstorm, click end turn. Creative AI. I like it. Got kind of a power thing going on. If we had something like a mummified hand, this build would go absolutely crazy. We already have the smokestack basically being a curse in our deck. And creative AI is basically going to be a curse in any non-boss combat. So the question is, does it help us fight Ceremonial Beast and do more good than harm over the course of the run? I'm gonna go with Charge Battery is sitting right there, and it's going to be better for us. And the Glacier upgrade doesn't really seem all that good. Upgrading Zap or Dual Cast makes it free, which is pretty nice. And the Go for the Eyes, just going from 1 week to 2 week is so good. Okay, well, this is a pretty awful draw. We may as well cold snap. Let's see what's in an attack potion, I guess. Could have a third go for the eyes. Actually, we might want to take a synthesis since it's free this turn. This isn't required to be on the same turn, so next power we pull will be free as long as we want to play it. And I just realized we could have used the letter opener. Unfortunate. Well, I guess we really want to get the cold snap out more than the letter opener. Now we get to put 3 weak on him. I'll play a free hailstorm, a zap, and a strike. We're off to a decent start. Taking 11 damage isn't great, but we might be able to stun him this turn. Let's see, 15 damage coming in. We don't really have damage. I want to play Capacitor. I think I play Capacitor Glacier. That seems right. Because now we're only taking 3 damage. Yeah. We could pop the Orb Potion, but with Capacitor, hopefully we won't need it. And we still don't have... So we can play Leap. And then we're getting 6 more block, so we'll be at 15. So maybe we play Smokestack and go ahead and throw out a strike. I think we can afford to slow play this a little bit. We're kind of getting set up here. And the Hailstorm's putting in some insane work. Do we have any powers left? I think we've already got our powers out, so no need to play a Synthesis. Well, other than the fact that it's 12 damage. I guess we can play Synthesis into... Do we want extra energy next turn? I think I'd rather have the strike out. Alright, he's gonna put some ring on us next turn. Glacier feels right, I think. It gives us 2 more frost. And next turn we're only going to be able to play 1 card. Maybe we throw out... If we play Zap, we go right here, then we play Glacier. And then we're going to evoke both of these orbs. If we play Glacier first, we can play Zap and not afford to play Dual Cast. I think we put up the Glacier because we're going to want more block next turn, and our Hailstorm's already putting in a lot of work. Then we don't want to dual cast a Frost Orb while he's not attacking, so just give me a strike. So one card to rule them all. We drew Glacier again. We have 10 block. So I'm not sure we really need to play Glacier. On the other hand, it's kind of the best card in our hand. Could play Synthesis, take 1 damage to do 12 to him. Maybe I'm playing too slow, but I'm kind of scared. Let's see here. We have 6 orbs, so we have 12 block already. We could just put out like a charged battery and 2 strikes. Be nice to have like some attacks in our deck. Like 2 go for the eyes while he's not attacking. Go ahead and get me a zap out there. kind of lacking on damage. We're ringing again. 10 block already. We play Cold Snap. This is gonna evoke for 5, and then we'll still have 5 Frost Orbs. So we'll only be taking 3 damage. Okay, so we're playing really slow, but it seems to be working for the most part. Which kind of defies all logic for me. And we play Synthesis, he dies to Hailstorm. Okay. Alright, well we made it through Act 1. Now we just gotta make it through Act 2. Echo Form. I now understand the downside of Shatter. Turns out evoking all of your orbs is not usually what you want to be doing on Defect. Helix Drill. Kinda just don't understand this card. Like, if you have 3 energy, 0 energy, deal 9, I guess. But an Echo Form's just insane. Fits into every deck. And we're not fighting Knowledge Demon. That is beautiful to see. Go ahead and throw him out some Greetings Beep. Not here to annoy me. What an unusual little construct. Some interesting lore. Why does Tezcatara think we would be here to annoy him? I don't really want to give all of my strikes Eternal. At the start of your turn, spend 5 gold to gain energy. Interesting. An energy relic that... It's kind of like Ectoplasm from Slay the Spire 1. Let's see what our shops look like. Here's an early shop. Here is 3 campfires in a row. I don't really like this. Don't want to fight elite into elite without a campfire in the middle. Oh my god, we can hit 4 campfires if we want to fight that elite. And if we take that relic, we kinda give up on shops, but could do something like this. The question about Seal of Gold that I have, I don't think I've taken it or seen it, is do we get the energy if we have no gold? And I guess we'll find out, because I'm not a big fan of Pumpkin Candle. I don't want to get addicted to having extra energy and then hit Act 3 and get wrecked. Especially since we're taking a lot of campfires and only 1 or 2 elites, so let's take Seal of Gold. We'll probably try and dodge some hallway fights, keep our gold up in case one of these question marks is a shop. So we play Weak to You. That takes out 3 damage. We apply Weak to You, that only takes out 2 damage. Maths. Then... Oh, we have an extra energy. We just play all the cards. Thorns might be putting in a lot of work here. Let's see. We could kill this guy with 1 Go for the Eyes. So do we need the Weak? No, we don't. Oh my god, having extra energy is so nice. There's such few ways to get extra energy in Slay the Spire 2. Do we want to play Echo Form and take 3 damage? Thing is, I don't think we need to. But if we dual cast... I was gonna say, if we dual cast and it kills him, then we may as well. But it didn't play out that way. Oh, I guess maybe there was a play with Letter Opener there? Let's see. They really want to push me into the status archetype. First time you draw a status card each turn, draw 3 cards. Nope. No, 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 no. Lightning Rod, bait, scrape. Also bait. Definitely bait. All of you are bait. Get out of my face. Could remove 2, or well, it's really like removing 1 strike to create good strike. Or we can remove a defend to create a good defend. I think we're kind of struggling on putting damage out there. Removing a strike and making one that's more efficient. That seems right. Strike your bone anvil. My most ultimate technique returns to me. Go ahead and give me another hallway fight. I'm not sure how we fare against this guy. But I do see we're not taking any damage, so that's always nice to see. The Seal of Gold feels like it's putting in a lot of work. We're probably not going to be able to take a shot. But that might be fine. I think we play our powers. I don't think I want to throw out a dual cast because we're going to need the extra damage for when he puts up a shield. So how about a strike and a charge battery instead? We'll have 5 energy next turn, which makes it a lot easier to play Echo Form. That 17 damage is pretty scary though. We can only put up 10 block if we play Echo Form. Otherwise we could block all of the damage. Is it too slow? I mean, we'll draw a Glacier, but he won't have Weaken anymore. Takes 7 damage to put up an Echo Form on a hallway fight. We have so many campfires that I think guaranteeing that we don't stall out on this fight is probably worth going ahead and taking 7 damage. Because now we don't have the Weaken, but we do have something like an Echo Form Glacier, which I think we will play immediately. Sounds beautiful. So we're at 20 block right now. Could go ahead and throw up something like Charge Battery, proc the Letter Opener, and then go ahead and remove this curse from my deck. I have the Hailstorm up too. Let's see. I mean, it looks like one of those turns where you have 5 energy and you just play all your cards. Okay. Dies to dual cast. Skill Potion. Signal Boost could give us something like a doubled Echo Form. Is it bait? I mean, we're going to have so many campfires that we can upgrade it to be free. So if nothing else, it's like a daze that can be so much better. I think we probably want to spread out our week. And we may want to just pop, so we have 4 energy. We can play all of our cards. So let's go ahead and start with the blocks. And throw out a dual cast, see what it hits. Okay, that's awesome. Now we can hit that guy. And we already have perfect block. So do we just go for the eyes on the... Nah. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one of you are going to attack next turn? Hopefully you. Have an ultimate strike. We have 5 energy. Man, being able to just play all your cards is awesome. 9 damage. So we have perfect block. You're going to die to Thorns. We can set you up to die to Thorns and deal with you next turn. It's going a lot better than last run. Do we need this? Do we have lethal? 6, 9... Yeah, we have lethal. No need to overcomplicate it. An upgraded sweeping beam is a bit more appealing, but a focus strike is an attack, and it makes our frost orbs better, and we have the upgrade capacitor. I definitely want a focus strike. And what do we smith? I think we probably go ahead and upgrade signal boost first, maybe? Because if we draw echo form and signal boost, well, we already have 4 energy. We're doing pretty good on energy. That upgrades to 20 damage. 20 damage for 1 energy is quite a bit. I think let's go ahead and start with the focus strike. Getting 2 temp focus instead of 1 is pretty nice. We could skip a campfire to fight an elite, but I have cards I want to upgrade. Let's see. 4 energy, 5 energy worth of cards. Hailstorm, Cold Snap lets us immediately get value out of the hailstorm. We're gonna take 2 damage if we don't play our charge battery. Question is, will this fight take more than 1 deck cycle? Because if so, we should probably go ahead and play the smokestack. Yeah. Let's go ahead and set up. We've started to see that we can kind of just slow play this. And thankfully we played it at that charge battery, because now we can play both these toxics and echo form. Then we'll be eating 13 damage. I think I like something. Let's start with weaken. Need 9 block. We currently have 2. So if we play Glacier, Glacier gets us there. We could even play... No, we can't play Echo Form. We gotta play these Toxics. Let's start with Capacitor into Glacier, then play both our Toxics. Any turn we don't take damage is a win for me. I guess the coin is gonna start costing a lot more money as we're playing pretty slowly. Signal boost isn't doing anything right now, and definitely need a weaken on you. 14 damage coming in. At least they're not adding more toxics to my hand. We have 6 block right now. This will take us up to 15, so I think that's probably worth it. And then an ultimate strike on... You're buffing, but you already buffed. Maybe we try and keep the damage spread out even, because we have the hailstorm. Let's see here. So we're not taking damage, but we also don't really have much offense. A strike will kill him with the hailstorm, but we could also gamble on lightning killing him. Oh, letter opener value. Boot sequence is just insane. I feel like there's kind of no reason not to take it. Recovering Claw Addict when presented with another claw in front of his face. My will is simply stronger. So we've got so much block, but not much offense. So I'm thinking we either need to upgrade Ultimate Strike, could upgrade the Signal Boost, but we already have a lot of energy. I think we, weirdly enough, upgrade the Ultimate Strike. Just need to start getting more damage out there. First time you gain block. Okay, so we're gonna get 20 block from the boot sequence. Pretty nice to me. Definitely don't need to rest. At some point, do we want to upgrade Echo Form? Just in case we draw it on a turn we can't play it? We could also upgrade Boot Sequence to give us 26 block on turn 1. But Insatiable isn't going to attack us turn 1. And I think this is an upgrade we'll be happier to have in Act 3. So it's not a high priority right now. Honestly, I kind of just want to remove this from my deck. Hopefully we have an opportunity to at some point. At least Strike deals 6 damage. Upgrading the Echo Form Because right now, Echo Form's kind of a curse in a lot of these fights. So it having Ethereal doesn't feel like too much of a downside. Yeah. We'll upgrade Echo Form. Might regret it. B guy. So the dream would be to signal boost into an Echo Form. We're going to start with 20 block, which is so nice. He's gonna do 21 damage to me. I'm gonna do 21 damage right back to you. And we're gonna go for the eyes as well. So I think the dream is we play signal boost and really hope that we draw Echo Form. Go for the eyes. I don't think there's a reason not to dual cast other than we want the sustained damage over the course of the fight. We may as well probably pop the skill potion. Although I might want to hold on to it for later into the fight. Because he's probably going to drop a potion when we kill him. I think we're going to be putting up so many glaciers that we may as well dual cast. There's our ultimate strike. And the straw sucks. We can put up 10 block and take 8 damage. Which... not exactly pleased to do. I guess we can see what's in the skill potion now. Not great. Not great. At least this one exhausts. And gives us 2 more block, too. And procs the letter opener. Strike for a daze. Nah. Take 6 damage. And there's the dream, the doubled Echo Form. The first 2 cards you play each turn played in extra time. So our next card will be doubled. We could put up 2 zaps. Or we could double up on Capacitor. If we double up on Capacitor, we're really going to be slow playing this, but I think that's fine. He's not attacking this turn. And now, I'm guessing all the trouble I went through of moving my webcam is probably covering up a bunch of orbs, but that's probably fine. Maybe I should have thought for a second before just throwing up the double hailstorm. He's doing 28 and we could have had 20 block. Unfortunate. We're gonna be taking 13 or 11 here. Youch. So, double up a glacier. And yeah, we have more than enough blocks, so go ahead and put 4 weak on him and add 4 dazes to my deck. And Cold Snap, and now he dies to the hailstorm. Okay. I think we might have something going here. Just maybe. Maybe. Could take another boot sequence, but I don't think... Do we really need another boot sequence? Takes us from 20 block at the first turn to 30 block at the first turn. Not taking compact, not taking refract. So it's innate, so we're gonna draw 1 less card at the start of each combat, which I don't know how I feel about that. Like, 1 boot sequence is pretty good. I think last time we fell into the trap of adding too many good cards to our deck, and you can have too much of a good thing. So we have 200 gold. This may be the only opportunity we can take for a shop. And let me pull up the compendium. Is Mummified Hand a shop relic? Where's Mummified Hand? No, Mummified Hand is a rare relic. That's pretty much the main thing I'd want to see in a shop. I mean, ice cream could be good too, but ice cream's always nice. Skip that, skip that. What do we want to upgrade? Signal boost. And we definitely want the boot sequence upgrade before Act 3, but I think we can get away with waiting for an Act 3 campfire to do so. We're just doing so good on energy that it feels weird to upgrade signal boost. I don't know, we'll actually take the shop because we can get a card removal. And he's selling a bunch of trash, I guess. Chill, though. I've heard this card's really good, but we already have quite a bit of frost generation. It just gives us another way of getting Hailstorm ready, and it exhausts out of our deck. Let's go ahead and remove this last strike. Because the defends, I don't mind having the defends. We're getting a lot of value out of the letter opener. I know if you rewind to like probably less than 15 minutes, you see me saying, we don't have attacks, we don't have attacks. Well, this is why we don't have attacks. I'll take the chill. I was hoping we'd spend more money here. So do we want to pick up something like Darkness? Darkness could give us a way to do damage. We have the capacitor, which gives us some time to build it up as well. And an echo form. I mean, I'm kind of spending gold because I want to test if Seal of Gold will still give us the energy after we're out of gold. And now we are locked into fighting this elite. Maybe this was a mistake. Hopefully not. I'd prefer to double up on Hailstorm, but oh well. Boot sequence and 3 defends, at least procs letter opener. I feel like we might want to pop the strength potion, but I also kind of want to hold it for insatiable. Let's see. Capacitor Glacier Chill gives us quite a bit of block. Faster, Chill, Glacier. And maybe just throw the weaken on him. And we want to try and spread out our damage as much as possible. Yeah, we're still taking damage, but can always be worse. So a weaken on you removes the most damage. And we need 26 block. We don't have that. What we do have is Hailstorm and Ultimate Strike. So I suppose we could kill this guy. We also have dual cast Zap and Charge Battery. We also have 4 energy, so we can just play all our cards. This is what it's like to have an energy relic in this game. Oh my god. Beat Decimillipede without taking half our HP bar. Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or fewer cards during your turn, draw 3 additional cards. I don't think we're going to get much value out of it because we have an energy relic and we've been playing most of our cards pretty consistently. Subroutine, when upgraded, could do some work. I don't think we really need it with the energy relic. On the other hand, it's a power, so we just play it and it gets out of our deck. Charge Battery is a really good block, but we already have pretty good block. I think if we get offered like a creative AI from Insatiable, we could really benefit from a subroutine. Although the deck's getting a bit thick. Not in a good way. So go ahead and throw up a capacitor. Put the frost closer to the front, and then give me a darkness. Maybe upgrading darkness is the next upgrade I want. So, we could just play Signal Boost Echo Form. It's so tempting. We could also Signal Boost, go down 3 energy, play Subroutine once, go down to 2 energy, go play Subroutine again for free, go up to 3 energy, and play Echo Form, and get 2 energy. I'm not gonna tweak out doing math about it, but let's see. And a Focus Strike. So if we weaken you, we're taking 18 damage. We put a Focus Strike on you, we're getting 8 block from our Frost Orbs. And then we play Defend. So we're taking 5 damage. I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I know exactly how I feel about doubling up on a Hailstorm and giving us 7 energy. And so this guy's gonna die to the Hailstorm. I don't think we really need to double up on Smokestack. I mean, none of these cards do anything. I don't know, make the energy number bigger, I guess. Oh, we only have 1 Echo Form. So, you're taking 16. If we put 1 Cold Snap on you... Let's start with the obvious. We want an Ultimate Strike on him, and we'll Echo Form it. Intentional. Then... I think we throw a Cold Snap on you to guarantee you die to Hailstorm. Unfortunately, the Evoke landed on him. And then I guess just play both our cards. Okay. Just gotta get 32 damage on him. Can it be done? Our first card's going to be doubled. If we double up on Glacier, we can evoke the Dark Orb. I would much rather it hit him, but let's see. Okay. Well, we're not taking damage, but we're also not doing anything. I don't know if we need to hold on to boot sequence when we're generating 53 block. Next attack you play deals triple damage. That could go kind of crazy with an ultimate strike. Is that what it's called? Where's my ultimate strike? Right there. So that'd make it deal 60 damage. Another Hailstorm, and it's already upgraded for us. Could potentially be doing 24 damage per turn. Or, sorry. 32 if we manage to Echo Form both of them. And for a Gigantification Potion... I don't think we're really needing the Dex Potion. We already have so much block. And most of it comes from Frost Orbs. I kind of want to hold on to the Strength Potion, as we are struggling with damage at points. So, I don't really want to rest, because... we have a lot of block. The problem is it takes us a bit to get our lot of block set up. I think making Signal Boost free so we can play it every time it shows up without having to worry about it is a nice upgrade. So... I'd like to double up on Hailstorm, but I think it's more important to just go ahead and get one out. And go ahead and give me a zap in front and then a darkness. And we want to dual cast. I mean, I want to pop the strength potion. I probably also want to pop the potion of capacity at some point, but we don't need to do it right now. I think I don't mind boot sequence showing up again in the future. Dual cast. Let's do it. We're going to be playing a lot of orbs. And if we can't double up on our capacitor, then we might be glad we did it. Subroutine. I definitely don't want to signal boost either of these. So I think we subroutine first. Smokestack becomes free. And then we play signal boost. Yeah, go ahead and throw out a charge battery first, and then we can throw out the glacier. And our next orb is the dark orb, which we really don't want to proc right now. So if we're going to channel another orb, I'm definitely going to want to pop this orb potion. Alternatively, we can go ahead and double up on capacitor with a signal boost. We have 6 energy. It's one of those play all your cards turns and don't overthink it. Take 5 damage. Definitely want to play Echo Form. He's also not doing anything this turn. I do wish we could double up on the Hailstorm, but such is life. Got 4 turns left. Or 3 turns left. I wonder if Gigantification Potion works with Echo Form. I mean, may as well find out. So 66, and then 22. Unfortunate. Let's go ahead, go for the eyes. Give me a chill, focus strike, and frantic escape. We're actually doing pretty well right now. These are status cards, not skills. Right now we have 8 block to his 14. So I think we can get away with... Or do we want to Echo Form a frantic escape? We are playing really slow. I think that makes us a bit safer. And let's not take damage. I guess we really didn't need the second defend, but better safe than sorry. Echo Form Zap, or we can Echo Form Cold Snap. He's putting a scary amount of damage on us. Then Charge Battery. And then we have 1, 2, 3. We have 19 block right now. I think... I don't know, I'm a bit less scared. There's the dual cast. Okay. Meteor Strike. Normally this card feels untakeable, but we have 1 energy relic. I think it's still going to be very high variance. These are all cards that are good for specific decks, but not good for our deck. We were really hoping to see something like Creative AI, since we took that subroutine. Grow stronger so we can fight. Cooking out rest sites could be really nice. Thin out this deck that we've made super bloated. Lets us remove 2 cards each rest site. On the other hand, we could start with be either 30 or 40 block on first turn. Would be pretty crazy though if we drew like Echo Form turn 1. Gain 7 block at the start of your turn. I don't think we really need that. We already have so much block. Well, let's see what our rest sites look like before we try and make a decision. Really don't need any of these shops. If we have a lot of rest sites, I think we can get cooking. Unfortunately, it looks like we can have 2, or we can have 2. We could also have 0. I don't want to have 0. And there's no way to get 2 campfires without having to visit a shop, which we really don't need to do because we are perpetually broke. With only 2 campfires, I think we probably just want to take the throwing axe. Being able to double an echo form on turn 1 would be crazy. So, let's see. We could take this path for a ton of hallway fights. Someone I'm very scared of running into, though, is the guy that when you play powers, he deals 6 damage to you. So I think, ironically, we want to take this path with 3 elites. Because if we take this path, I feel like we're nearly guaranteed to run into him, and he is going to rock our world. Let's try and dodge as many hallway fights as we can. Not too concerned about these guys. Throwing out 24 damage turn 1. How about 20 block? Oh, I should have remembered that. Lesson for the future. And we can play all of our cards. Question is, do we want to play dual cast? May as well, I think. It's first card each combat. Yeah. It's not a free echo form. That'd be a bit too crazy. Let's go ahead and reduce your damage. Put out the hailstorm. Put out a leap. I guess we throw out a zap and a focus strike on you? Yeah, because then you die to hailstorm. Oh. It does to hailstorm if the lightning orb hits him. We did lose 2 max HP, but all in all, definitely could have gone worse. Gain 2 focus this turn for each unique orb you have. That could potentially be 6 focus. Usually, though, it'll only be 2 or 4. Cool-headed. We have a lot of energy, and we are kind of lacking. I don't think we have any card draw right now. Ain't no way bro's final words was card draw. Alrighty. So I can't see what I'm saying from here on out, so I guess that means I can just talk about whatever I want to. I'll get to the story about the cat stepping on my cord here in a second, and my tragic not understanding that OBS, once it loses connection for 0.1 seconds, will not communicate that to you, will not let you know, and will definitely apparently not get it back either. But that's okay. So what I'm pretty sure happened is I got this cool new mic that someone got for me on Facebook Marketplace. And I set it up. I've been having a little bit of trouble kind of fiddling with the settings to get it working the way I want it to. But for a long time now, I've been warned against having my PC on the floor. And I've just always had my PC on the floor, and I've been told you gotta have it on your desk. You gotta have it on your desk. If you don't have your PC on your desk, something bad's gonna happen. And nothing bad happened until March 31st, 2026. And so I have like places on the floor for the cats to sleep, like a little cat bed. And I had the cord wired underneath like one of the cat beds. And so I can't actually be mad at him because ultimately, in hindsight, this is a problem of my own creation. and the cat went to the cat bed and was like, wow, a cat bed, and laid in it. And I did not realize, if I had had OBS open on my second monitor, then I probably would have realized that something was wrong and maybe been able to like pause the recording and fix it without having too many issues happen, or at least like losing too much footage. But I'm recording this at night, and the only way I can get the lighting on my face to work remotely well is I have to have a lamp shining on me from one side, and my second monitor, which I normally have OBS open on, I have a YouTube, not my YouTube video, just some YouTube video called like bright white screen. I crank the monitor to maximum brightness and just full screen it and kind of position it like it's another light. And so I'm able to get some better lighting this way. I remember when I first recorded my first video with a face cam, it had this like weird red zombie looking tint to it. And that was kind of uneasing. I didn't realize at first when I was doing the first test recording with the face cam because I was recording at day. My desk faces directly towards a window, which means there's a really good period of natural lighting where I don't need to use any fancy lighting tricks. But I tested the recording and the audio and all of that during the peak beautiful lighting hours, and unfortunately something else stupid happened to that video. I think we died in Act 1 anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal. But I think it was something with the mic settings, like I wanted to mess with the mic settings more. And then, when I recorded the video again later, to have the video go up the next day, I didn't notice until it was way too late that I became a red zombie. So you can still kind of see the red tints there, but I feel like I'm off on a tangent. I don't know. What's this nerd doing? Play your ultimate strike, bro. Just play the ultimate strike. Literally stop overthinking it. Oh my god, this guy will think about anything. I don't know, maybe we should talk about like the efficacy? I don't know if that's the right word. Ethics? The ethics maybe? Or the like philosophical merits of blaming cats for situations that you could have prevented. Because like, oh no, I'm still kind of tweaking, but I've kind of come down a bit and thinking like, I'm glad it happened sooner rather than later, if that makes any sense. Cause like, man, I don't know. The, the amount of effort I put into these videos sometimes feels kind of unreasonable for like what I'm actually expecting or working to get out of them, which is, as far as I'm aware, nothing. But well, man, I don't know, sometimes I key into this defect gameplay here. I'm just watching this like, man. So let me talk about the thumbnail, because this was the best thumbnail I had made so far, at least in my opinion, but y'all will never get to see it now. I spent at least an hour. I don't want to be dramatic and say like an hour and a half or 2 hours just on the thumbnail, but it was at least an hour, because it was my first thumbnail where I was doing the thing that you see in card roguelikes thumbnails, where they have like the fan of cards. And so I had to go watch this tutorial on Adobe Express and sort of learn from scratch of like how do you like get these elements, and then you link them all together, and then you gotta lock them, and then I want them all to be rotated together to like kind of look like a stack of cards that you're fanning out nicely. And it doesn't need to get too fancy, but I was proud of that thumbnail, man. I It felt like the first one where I was like, man, like I'm excited to post this thumbnail. Not like oh my god, I just learned how to use Adobe Express and I can put a background in. Like the background was a hailstorm. The whole thumbnail and title revolved around this crazy hailstorm combo we're about to see. I don't know if at any point's gonna open the deck list hopefully soon and scroll through at some point here soon. Spoilers, of course, because I don't know what order things are going to be happening in. Well, I mean, I guess I do, but also that was a long time ago, man. At least it feels like it. But we got 4 upgraded copies of Hailstorm, 2 upgraded Signal Boosts, and an upgraded Echo Form. At the end of the last boss fight, we were dealing 56 damage a turn with Hailstorm. And so I think the title was something like, "Not even an umbrella will save you this time." I don't know. Hopefully it was better than that, but the thumbnail had like this hailstorm in the background, had these fans of cards that were like easy to read, and I was trying to give Doormaker like a little teardrops, like he was crying as he was like 56 damage a turn question mark exclamation point. I don't know. You had to be there, man. You had to be there. Oh, thank God that combat ended where it did. Otherwise, that guy was about to get hit. Oh, there's the other signal boost. Come on, you know you want it. You know you want it. Quit trying to talk yourself out of it. Get the signal boost. You only have one. Yeah, there's 1 hailstorm, 2 hailstorm. Only 2 hailstorms? So did we really get 2 more copies? 2 more upgraded copies of Hailstorm within the next, what, 40 minutes? I mean, honestly, while watching this back, I don't want to say it's a miracle we won this run, which obviously is spoilers, but that if you're here, it's not a normal video. Come on, come on. Upgrade the signal boost. That'll be great for the thumbnail. It'll be great for the thumbnail. You just gotta upgrade the signal boost, bro. Man. I've kind of been thinking, like, recently, because I've been watching Slay the Spire YouTubers, been watching, like, sort of just roguelike YouTubers, and really, like, card game YouTubers for probably, I don't want to say 2 decades, but at least a decade. Probably around a decade and a half. It's 2026, right? Yeah. So probably I'd say 13 years is probably a good estimate on how long I've been watching these content creators and going through phases where I'm like, I mean, maybe they're just built different, you know, like YouTube, you can't just do YouTube. You have to like get lucky or something. And I don't know. I don't want to say there's no luck involved to it, but at the same time, like I eventually hit a point where I was just kind of like, why don't I do that? Why don't I try that? But the point I'm getting at is like, I don't really know who these videos are for yet, and that can be considered a bad thing because maybe it is, but it could also be a good thing in the sense that like in this stage of the channel right now, like this is the first week from where I'm standing, the amount of improvement that I've been able to make in 1 week has me feeling in a very good spot about the future of making these videos. And even today, I was just literally going to be like, well, shit happens, I guess. This video's dead. It will just be uploaded to private. Boo hoo. Record me one tomorrow. And I don't know. I don't really know how I got the idea. It was like, but what if I found a way to recover from this? What if I found a way to channel an L into a dub? And I mean, I don't think I'd call this a dub, but we win the run. That's something, and we'll get the video up. Main thing being like, I'm sure there's probably some people who think like, well, why not just upload the video with half of the audio gone? Like, if you just want to put out a video publicly, just put one out with half of the audio gone. And that doesn't sit right. That feels like, when I say I want to put out a video every day, that doesn't mean I want to just like throw out some slop. And this is kind of teetering the line of slop, or at the very least, like, I'm trying to put some effort into it. Like, I had the idea that, like, okay, what if I go find the frame where, at least a funny frame, where that's where all of the audio cut out. There's no more audio for me after that moment. And I found that one. I was like, okay, this is funny. Went ahead and got my CATastrophe pun. What's it? Locked and loaded at the ready. And just went ahead and went off about how really fucking annoying it is to lose work. I was like, at this stage of the channel, I am doing all of these things myself, and I don't like the trend of generative AI. Like, if you are in the small, how to start a small YouTube channel algorithm sphere at all, you'll see million videos like, oh, buy my AI slop tool and you can make all of your videos in minutes and make millions of dollars, hee hee hee. I'm like, okay, but that's not why I started the channel. Like, one, I don't believe that even works. I am a huge skeptic that I just believe those people want to sell you things, and they're lying to try and sell you things. Okay, maybe I don't know if I can straight up claim that they're lying, but from what I read, YouTube is cracking down on it, and I think that's a good step for YouTube to take, because AI slop channels are just getting out of control. And so I'm noticing like this big trend over the past several years of all of these channels that I really like to watch, which I'm not going to name names, but if you watch the same type of videos as me, you probably have some names come to mind. They moved away, like they built their audience on YouTube doing sort of like let's play content and stuff. And then at some point, I can't really identify when, it was just sort of like I woke up at some point this year, like all of the videos, all the gaming videos that were made for YouTube, like the YouTube audience, are now just Twitch VOD uploads. And so this journey really began where, like, I don't remember who said it first, but it was either two or three people independently in the span of like 3 days or so were like, you should be a streamer, lol. I'm like, that's weird. Like the first one, that's weird, right? And then the second one, no relation to the last. I was like, okay. I mean, I do talk a lot, so I don't know, maybe I'll give streaming a shot. So I looked into streaming, and it I like the idea of having like an audience to just like sit there and interact with, but I don't think streaming would really be my medium for it. At least not right now. And part of why I started the channel was like, I grew up with this Let's Play content and these videos that were made for YouTube, and this specific audience grew of like, wow, we like watching these videos. It's really nice to like have on the TV while you're doing chores, or have on while you're going to bed, or like whatever, or people just like to watch it and watch my egregious defect misplays. I don't know. But at some point I don't know what caused this massive shift from like there being tons of let's play content and bespoke YouTube videos in the gaming sphere, and then there weren't there's just nothing. It's just all Twitch VOD uploads. And you can still find some. There's still some big creators that make specific YouTube videos, but they sprinkle them in with VODs and they don't tell you which are which. So, say like you're a fan of that, I'm going to call them streamers now because to me they're streamers now. They're not really YouTubers. You're a fan of that streamer, but you've been a fan of them since they were a YouTuber. And so you got accustomed to this flavor of media that you could just like put on and put on the TV and fall asleep on the couch. Like I remember there was one YouTuber I went through and had played basically his entire playlist of the Bazaar, and then like they were all bespoke YouTube videos. Even though he was streaming a lot at the time, and then he just stopped. And I guess he stopped having fun with the game, which like is fine. I wouldn't expect somebody to force themselves to make content. Like if I quit enjoying playing Slay the Spire, I wouldn't make Slay the Spire videos. I would probably still try and make some roguelike videos because I think roguelike is just like kind of the perfect engine for this type of video. Like I can sit here and I can talk literally all day, probably. I'm kind of tired right now. It's been kind of a interesting day, put it like that. But you your amount of infinite talking, like you can swap back and forth from okay, I'm talking about this thing, and there's interesting things and graphics and animations happening on the screen to comment on. There's choices you have to make. And oh, okay, Morgana, not in real life, or well, I guess in real life in that recording, but it appears Morgana is terrorizing me. Thankfully, the camera doesn't really pick up Morgana's attacks upon me very well, other than her tail, but you can see me move her right there. She can be quite distracting though. She's currently sitting next to me though. I rearranged. I don't want to say I rearranged my entire room. That's not fully accurate. But I did rearrange my entire desk. Like took all my monitors off, took all of the cords off, reorganized them, got some of the little Velcro ties and tied other ones into knots. And oh, there she goes again. She can't stop, won't stop. Wow. That's the second time I've had to move her in like 3 minutes. Oh, there she goes in my screen too. So maybe if you think about it, maybe life is just one big roguelike, you know? God, or maybe Jod, depending on how it's pronounced, just like descends down. He's like, choose one of three things. And you're like, I choose cats. But I guess you can choose more than three things, or more than one of three things. I don't know. This metaphor kind of wasn't really fully thought out well, but I'm sure there's probably like some self-help book out there like Life is But a Roguelike, or maybe like Gen Z Shakespeare. Life is but no, Gen Z Shakespeare's Life is But a Twitch Chat. I don't know who Life is But a Roguelike would be, but like they're out there. I'm sure they're out there. I want to circle back around to trying to figure out like who are these videos for, because like I'm not, they're Slay the Spire content creators. Like I mentioned Japanese export at the beginning of this video, and he is probably the only reason I won this defect run, despite consistently making bad. There's another hailstorm. consistently making bad plays and not really making the most efficient decisions, I guess, put it like that. It okay. Let's rewind a bit. Roguelikes as a format can be really difficult to improve at depending on the length of the game. I think Slay the Spire is probably one of the worst offenders, and why I ended up starting with making Slay the Spire videos is because I'm in the subreddit, I'm in the Discord, and I see people saying things like, I lost 80 runs in a row and I haven't won one. I've played the game for 20 plus hours and haven't gotten anywhere. What's wrong? And I mean, I hope it doesn't fuck with the audio if I click on Steam and let me check Slay the Spire 1. I have 108 hours in Slay the Spire 1, and I thought I had more in Downfall, but I have another 11 hours in Downfall, which is, it's like an unofficial fan expansion for it. And so I guess I just came ahead of the curve in terms of experience and knowledge about the game, but like I haven't lost 80 runs in a row, and I can really empathize with those people because I was thinking about it. I'm like, why are people who are presumably not like bad at video games, why are they struggling with Slay the Spire? And when you think about it, it kind of, I don't want to say becomes obvious, but it starts to make sense when you think a lot of people who grow up on video games, you build these like gamer habits, right? So like right now, you see in the top right, we have a 30 card deck. That's not great. And even though I kind of justify it to myself as like, well, a lot of them are powers and exhaust cards and card draw, in Slay the Spire, you generally don't want to bloat your deck that much. It just creates too much variance. But in other games, having like 2 copies of Signal Boost is a good thing. It's a rare card, it's an upgraded rare card, it's free to play, and it does something cool. In most games, oh my god, I think I'm about to gamble for a buffer here with the power potion. But in most games, you are rewarded for when you see good shiny thing, you take good shiny thing. And Slay the Spire kind of punishes you for that. And in similar ways, like you'll see in my videos that I frequently just skip as many of the Act 1 elites as I can. And in Slay the Spire 1, I didn't do that. It I don't know if it's like a combination of the relics not feeling as impactful, which I hear that take online a lot, like the relics in Slay the Spire 2 are bad. And I don't think that's the case. I think the reason people feel that way is a lot of the relics in Slay the Spire 2 are really similar and slash or unchanged from in Slay the Spire 1, but the game has gotten harder. And so when Japanese export says things like, yeah, the game is too easy, I kind of have to do like a double take. Like, what? Like, to me, like, Ironclad Ascension 0 is too easy. And so I get where he's coming from, and that, like, he has. There's the 4th upgraded Hailstorm. Oh, you know you want it. Think of the thumbnail. Think of the thumbnail. But so someone with, I don't know if he has thousands or it's probably over 1,000 hours in the game. To him, the game is too easy. And to me, the game is difficult. It's like in this nice sweet spot to where I, before I started the series, I think, I had Defect at Ascension 3, so working backwards, I had Necrobinder at Ascension 4, Regent, I think at Ascension 4, Silent at Ascension 5, then Ironclad at Ascension 6. And so the reason I started with Ironclad Ascension 3 was because I was planning to go ahead and cycle through the characters. Because part of my mission with making these videos, also the webcam is tweaking out just as much as I am. Blame Morgana, she's in frame. The goal of making these videos, I guess in my head, was sort of like I have the Slay the Spire experience. I really like the game, and I have quite a bit of knowledge about the first game. And coming to the second game, I see a lot of Slay the Spire 1 veterans like, yeah, the game is too easy. And then for some of them, they're like, yeah, the game is way too hard. And it's so interesting to me that, like, I've never seen a community so divided on, like, how hard the game actually is, which makes me feel like I can get better at it. In Slay the Spire 1, I never really felt the need, because I was just playing to like have fun. And so I never really felt the need to push myself and constantly like analyze my runs at the end of the run, figure out what went wrong. I'd just be like, oh, I want to play Watcher and hope I get an insane deck and can kill enemies on turn 1 in Wrath mode. Like that was my philosophy in Slay the Spire 1. Which is why I played a lot of Defect, I played a lot of Watcher, and I'm sorry, I played a lot of Ironclad, and I played a lot of Watcher. I did not like Defect. I did not like Defect at all, and I still kind of don't. Its playstyle just doesn't really mesh with me. I'm not saying I dislike Defect in the way that like I don't want to play Defect anymore. Like I'm going to have a bad time recording runs of Defect for the channel. What I am saying is that I don't know, kind of like walking, I don't know, trying to walk this journey together of getting better at the game because I don't know, I feel like I could have done more to get better in Slay the Spire 1, but I didn't. And maybe it's just like 7 years ago or 6, 7, whenever Slay the Spire 1 came out, I was just kind of in a different phase of my life where like play video games to just sort of relax. So like boot up low ascension ironclad and hit things very hard. That's fun. Have a good time and then you move on, do something else. This game I'm kind of approaching it like I why why can't I play the game well? I think the answer is I absolutely could. So, I guess I'm trying to get better at the game. I see other people out there who enjoy playing the game, but they don't seem good at it, or rather, maybe they just don't understand it. And I watch these video playbacks. I'm probably not going to watch this one because I will overthink the fact that I dubbed this over and like, oh, well, I could go and edit this and this and that, and I don't really want to feel that temptation. So this kind of just I'm gonna skip around, make sure that the audio doesn't randomly explode for no reason. But I have an eye on the little OBS DB thing right now, and is bouncing up and down. So I think we should be fine. But I I don't know who other than like me and my friends, I guess, would watch these videos or gain value of them. And I'm watching these playbacks and I'm kind of seeing that like I it's kind of boring if I'm being honest, like the way that I'm just talking through everything I'm doing instead of just rambling about whatever. So, I don't know. I don't know if ramble about whatever is really the type of videos I want to be making, or like somewhere in between because there was a Hearthstone YouTuber back in my day, in my teenage years. I watched all of their videos, and the best word I have for it is like edutainment. Like they were funny, but they were also a professional Hearthstone player, like went to tournaments, made money off of it, etc. And so I enjoyed watching their videos and sort of felt like I'd probably have a similar vibe here. Like, I'm learning, you want to learn, and you want to double up the signal boost. You want to double up the signal boost. He's not going to double up the signal boost. It's probably the right play. I don't know. He won the round. I don't even really know what's going on. I haven't been paying attention. But at first I thought this was going to be like sort of an edutainment thing of like, oh, well, I'm learning Slay the Spire and going to try and be funny at moments, I guess, but I don't really try and be funny. I think I remember when I was a kid, I'm talking like really little, like somewhere between 3 to 6, not 6, 7. Don't do the 6, 7. There was this really old guy, and I don't remember. We're at like some public event. Some really old guy I'd never met and don't recall ever seeing again in my life. And I must have said something, and then he came up to me. I was like, "Oh my God, stranger!" And he said, "Hey kid, you have a really dry sense of humor. It's really funny, but some people in life aren't gonna like that. But never change." And I hope he's still alive, man, because I was like, what, 23, at least 20 years ago now. And so whoever that old man is, if you find me funny, you have that old man to go thank. You go find him, you give him a big fat sloppy kiss. As long as he's alive, don't commit necrophilia, please. God, Defect just has so much going on the screen. Also, the first, yeah, the first Defect run that I recorded was the one where I got owned by Knowledge Demon, and I I had the webcam like covering up the third orb, so I loaded into a daily run, and I've also been fiddling with the mic settings a lot, like just tweak, 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 kind of like I'm doing right now. And I noticed that I had the third orb slot covered the entire time. And so I moved it up to where it's like not covering up the relics, but it wasn't interfering with any of the orb slots either. And then I got the upgraded capacitor. I'm pretty sure I started clipping through the orb slots again. I'm not really sure. To me, that's a problem for the guy who has to play the next Defect run. You ever think about how, like, are we really like the same person, or are we just sort of like instances in time? Like, look at Doormaker. Is he the same person? He changed his card art. He's just teeth now. I'm pretty sure he was like a dude earlier. Kind of embarrassing for him. Man, I kept trying to make this dark orb thing work for so long when in reality all I needed to do was just spam frost orbs and temp focus. Like if this deck was just frost orbs and temp focus and hailstorms, this run could have been like 30 minutes shorter. Actually no, I probably still would have found a way to make it this long. I'm thinking, I don't know, in the future I seem to spend a lot of talking on like, oh well, I'm thinking of doing this, and then if I do this then this will happen, and then if that happens then I need to do this, when in reality maybe I should just like be yapping about literal like stream of consciousness, whatever is happening in my brain at any given point, kind of like I'm doing right now, except hopefully to a higher degree of quality, as the tweaking is kind of Twuck. That word, twuck. See, look, there's the 56 damage hailstorm. It's gonna make a beautiful thumbnail. Some are calling it one of the most beautiful thumbnails. Throw a cool-headed focus strike. See, this is how I talk in the videos. And give me a cold snap. That's probably exactly what he said, too. I'm sure if I watched these videos, like, with a critical eye and took the time to watch them really slowly, I would see, like, all of these times where I miss lethal or I take unnecessary damage. Because it's easier to identify those kinds of mistakes than, like, did adding this card in Act 1 cause me to die to the Act 3 boss? Analysis like that is just so difficult to perform, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just work here. But yeah. I'm kind of curious though, like what keeps me going in this whole YouTube thing? Cuz I'm genuinely having a good time. Like giving myself a goal to work towards, and like there's no consequences if I just stop, right? Like, oh no, the 5 viewers per video that watch like 30 seconds are they're going to be so depressed. Like, it's not like I'm upsetting people if I were to just stop uploading, but I'm having a good time with it right now. And to me, I think that's enough to keep going. I had I'm not gonna say what it looks like, but if you've seen the image, maybe you know without me having to say it. But I hope they get some better card art for that soon. And here we unlock the last epoch. Man, they really got to give Architect a sound effect whenever he kills, because it is so awkward. Just like you have the audio for the text boxes, and then you have an audio for your death sound effect, but he just sort of like, yeah, you also have an audio for your attacks, and then he just sort of waves his wand, and then wow. All right, let's read the last epoch. Oh, let's do the run analysis. So first we get some trash in our deck. Awesome. Then we get Go for the Eyes, not trash. Then we get Capacitor, also not trash. Then we take another Go for the Eyes, which is probably too many eyes to go for. I think you definitely could have just gotten away with having one upgraded Go for the Eyes. And then Glacier. Glacier's insane. I don't know how else you could put it. Especially with 56 damage from Hailstorm return. Like, you gotta love it. And let's see. What is he yapping about? At first I thought it'd be really funny to do this like a, like, you know how there's React YouTube channels where it's just like plagiarizing someone else's video, but then you put your face cam in the corner and then you like make pog face expressions and you're like, oh my god, he did that. But you don't like pause the video to talk about, like, Moist Critical at least like has commentary about it, and he like shows clips about it, and then he talks about it, and then he shows clips about it. But like, is that even a thing anymore? Like those old React channels where they would literally just put their face cam in the bottom and watch other people's videos and then be like, wow, that's a good video. And some of them, the most egregious of them, literally just say nothing. Just put their face in the bottom. Who knows? Maybe it's a picture. Who knows? Many people are saying they might be pictures. The Seal of Gold was actually insane. That is a relic I had not seen before this run, and if I see it again, if you played Slay the Spire 1, you probably remember ectoplasm, and imagine my surprise when I learned that ectoplasm is actually bad. Not because I think it's bad, but because the community thinks it's bad. Ectoplasm was one of my favorite boss relics to get. To me, it was basically get one energy, you can only visit one more shop this run. Which if you got from the Act 2 boss, like, okay, I only wanted to go to one more shop this run anyway. But, I mean, then we also did get the courier. You know, that you can subtly tell when the cats are fucking with me while I'm trying to record, because, like, makes the webcam tweak out, and I guess that's a little less subtle. I think there's also pretty bad like popping on the mic when Morgana starts ramming her face into the mic set or mic holder, whatever it's called. The boom thing. I don't know. I just work here, man. Clumsy. Honestly, Clumsy is a better card than that stupid power we got from the transform on turn 1. I want to say I'm kind of proud of this win. I don't know if proud is the right word, but like, we didn't lose. And I'm sure plenty of people will say that we probably did deserve to lose, and if it were Ascension 10, we almost certainly would lose. But we got kind of like some insane pieces here, and by insane pieces, I really mean 4 copies of Upgrade Hailstorm, 2 copies of Upgrade Signal Boost, and an Echo Form. Which means if I had lost with this, it would have been pretty bad. Would have been pretty bad. Well, we're almost to the end of the video. Kind of need him to get a move on. Apparently there's like 3 minutes left of this. What is he doing? Like, he's made it to the end of the deck list, I thought. I am almost wondering if it would have been worth it to try and spend some extra time figure out how I could get like my own React, like YouTuber React webcam in the bottom corner or something as I react to my own video. Like, if you've ever seen the what are they called, like developer commentaries, when producers or directors or actors watch their own movies or TV shows and then they like comment on them throughout it. Oh, okay. We got the last epoch. Here we go. Come on. Come on. No, not that one. Bro, click on it. Chapter 1. Laser beams. The defect. The defect punctured the heart with a magnificently charged beam. Mission accomplished. Damage sustained. Critical. Next objective. Relocate to scrapyard for evaluation. Is he still doing his dub over? Bro, I got mine done so much faster than yours. And you don't even have the audio to show for it. So I guess mine's just better by default. Or better by defect. I don't know if that joke works. Isn't defect like a shortened version of defective? And if you think about it, that's kind of like poetic for this run, really. And this video as a whole. Power cell? Actually, these are some kind of crazy relics. I know I'm gonna have to play Defect again, probably in 4 or 5 days. Assuming we don't lose any of the runs. on the other characters, which would kind of track. I gotta up my defect, man. Alright, can this guy get to the outro bit? Oh, nope, we gotta pull up the run history first. And I'm like, oh, I could just use this screen for the end run analysis. Oh. Well, I'll go ahead and get possessed by the ghost of YouTube, say. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you have any commentary about this wacky situation, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you want to see more content in the future, as I said at the beginning, I try and make every video better than the last. And until then, you all have a beautiful day.